talk about Ryan Garcia making his return, talking shit on social media, tells Bill he want me to drop his son again. And like I said, he lucky Bill didn't drop him. If I had the memes, I'd have had Ryan Garcia dropped. Possibly everybody involved with him, clown ass ninjas. But his exhibition got called off. He claimed a wrist injury. Bill said, was it because you couldn't make 153 pounds? I was thinking more to have that De La Hoya wasn't letting the fight go through. That was more my thought process on it. But, you know, 1 minute he wanted the rematch. Then Team Devin Haney said, well, do VADA. He like, no, I don't want the rematch. Then I do want the rematch. The same thing with Devin. No, I'm good on rematching him. Then I want the rematch. Me personally, dude, I mean, however you feel like you got to get your retribution. You know, if it's out the ring, in the ring, I support it in this case. And, you know, Ryan can continue to talk shit on social media, you know, and everybody can continue to ride with him. But one thing that won't be erased off his resume, as they try to erase off a plenty fighter's resume and some of my favorite fighters' resume, is that you a fucking cheater. You know, and I don't believe it was unknowingly. You're a fucking cheater. And the game is so goofy with social media today. And I did a video about Travis Hunter on Free Game 89 that, you know, that'll be a Wednesday night at 7 or 2. What's that? Yeah, Wednesday at 7. Y'all probably see this Thursday, Friday-ish. And, you know, and how the internet, it just, you know, a lot of people project that misery on the internet. And that's why I tell y'all to keep y'all bitch off the internet. And women, keep y'all men off the internet. Keep y'all relationship off the internet. Motherfuckers shouldn't even know y'all know each other. Real talk. You know, because the internet is so goofy. If you got a lot of followers, people feel like you popular. I remember it was this one chick on social media. It was this one white YouTuber that I think he got exiled from YouTube for being a racist. I mean, he had over 10 years of content, and it took him 10 years to pop this Brad, right? And I only knew about it. I think Tom might have mentioned it, and then, you know, in our private chat. And then she kind of was like, oh, I can't believe, you know, whatever the guy's name was. I don't know his name. Hey, I can't believe. She was black. And the guy was white. I can't believe he was racist. I'm just so disappointed in him. And I was like, okay. You know? And it's like, a lot of people, like, just because you got a following, and you see a lot of them Twitter streaming ninjas, or them Twitch streaming, and they lame as fuck. But the nerds have took over the asylum. Everything, you know, technology has turned the curve on nerds. So as long as you got clout and popularity, women don't see money. I think women are more addicted to the clout and the popularity than the money in a lot of these generation of women. So I think that's just pretty much what it is. So with Ryan, he can have all this popularity and be wrong and still be right. But like I said today, in the single mother raised communities, and that's not even just in the black community, a lot of these white households is producing single parent raised or single mother raised kids. I see a lot of white single mothers out here, bro, and that's not being talked about enough. But nonetheless, you know, yeah, it's just, you know, it's producing a lot of goofy shit. That's another thing. It's producing a champion and a lot of goofy shit. And like I said before, Ryan cheated. He should be exiled. And I feel like every fighter who's cheated should be exiled. But it ain't a race thing, because look at Big Baby Miller back in the game. You know what I'm saying? Roy got caught cheating. He back in the game. Lamont Peterson, even though it's deemed he didn't cheat by one sanctionable body and another one should deem he did and stripped him. But it's the game. It ain't a Ryan Garcia thing just per se. But people said, I believe Ryan. But if the shoe was on Devin Haney's foot, they wouldn't believe Devin. And I'm talking about black people saying that shit. I believe Ryan. Just looking at niggas like, what? Like, I'm like, all right. I'm not here to change nobody's fucking mind. But next, you know, like I said before, The community is like that like when they broke up all the continents, you know, used to be one, and you know, biblically, I believe God broke them all up and made everybody speak different languages as punishment. You know, so that's where the community at right now. It's just a bunch of people going their own way. That's when I hear all these conscious niggas and all these niggas arguing amongst each other. It ain't getting nowhere. Even though Malcolm X and Martin Luther King seen things differently, they still was progressing their movements. The thing about these fake movements that King Conscience is starting, Umar, and you know, a lot of these other brothers, Tariq Nasheed and these dudes, you know, not necessarily naming and saying he bad or whatever, but it's just a money grab. They don't want the movement to go nowhere. They just, a lot of them just getting the money. And it's comedy on top of it, so it's entertaining. But nonetheless, man, where else we going at it with it, man? So, yeah, at some point, they're gonna fight. I don't know. You know, Ryan was out the ring for a long time. If he couldn't make 153, or De La Hoya was stopping the fight, claiming that he had a wrist injury. And, you know, this is a dude who struggled to make weight multiple times. People deemed lazy and all that type of stuff. And one time he made weight, it was for the money. So a lot of these dudes, you know, of course he probably needed something to help him make weight. That's how you know he fucking cheated. That's how you know he cheated. He needed something to help him make weight. So it's just all the build up for an eventual rematch. That's all it is. Both of them saying, I'm not gonna do this and we're not gonna do that and we're gonna bullshit. They're gonna fight. They're gonna fight. And Haney's love money. You know, they're probably gonna fight at 170 pounds. And, you know, Bill and them see what Ryan do. He make his own rules, so they want to make their own rules. Fuck the belts, and rightfully so. They stripped him and give the belt to Puello. You know, for what? Why are you stripping him? He's a victim. You know, he's a victim. But like I told y'all, in America, they never look at the black person as a victim. Well, let me rephrase that. They never look at the black man as a victim. I keep telling y'all that. They never look at the black man as a victim. We're always the villain, or we're always the criminal or the defendant. Therefore, in their minds, it's like, okay, they probably did something to deserve this anyway. So even when they're in the right, they're still in the wrong. He did something to deserve that. So he just got his, you know, he just got his karma. That's how they look at it when it comes to us. That's why it's cool on YouTube to call us bullet bags, and their channel still be standing. That's why they can say, you know, delete black male babies, and their channels can still be standing. So even when we the victims, we're still the criminals. We're still the defendants. We're still on trial. That's why I told y'all, man, if y'all really looking for remorse, you know, people to sympathize with, man, in this community, man, it's fucked up that, you know, a lot of times you find those things and find solace and peace and comfortability with other people that don't look like you. You know, I did a video on the Patreon, the Free Game 89 Patreon, and ain't nobody watched it yet from what I seen this morning. I dropped it last night. And I did a video, and I think I entitled it, Which is Worse? Right? That's all I said. The thumbnail should speak for itself. And I did this particular video, you can join the Patreon links in the link tree, by the way. And I did this video, and I basically said, what was worse? Dealing with being in a relationship with a racist white woman, or being in a relationship with a feminist, or being in a relationship with a black woman who hates you. You know, which one is worse? And I would love to hear people's opinion on that video. And the Patreon is free for 7 days. If you just go watch that particular video, it's the last, well, by the time y'all see that, it should be one of the last 4 videos you see on Patreon, on the Free Game 89 Patreon. Maybe the 5th one if you get both packages. Because I'm going to do that Cake and Park video today. But so, that's what I told, that's what I'm saying. You know, and I'm not going to tell you my answer. And it was very towards the end, it was very towards, you know, whatever. You know, but real talk. Ain't no remorse, ain't no sympathizing with us. Forget about it. You gotta get it out the mud. And that's why your granddaddy, he was so hard and cold and so reserved. Life, you know, life as a black man is definitely different. And not a black male is definitely different than life anybody else got. I mean, you got a lot of, you know, black women when they washed up and they done been with Brad and Hector and Pookie and what my boy AC say, Ray Rizzle from the Blizzle. And then they want to come back and tell us they sorry and we need to date them when they 40 and 45. Like, bitch, please. How you wash? How you want to apologize when you wash? But I say all that to say this, man. Devin Haney, keep your head up. You know, you continue to walk a righteous path, you will be rewarded. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live with our video. Financially, you want to support the channel. Cash App, $, CJ313, Venmo, CJ313, PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree, follow me on X everywhere. Check out the Patreon.